Okay, hello, welcome to the Friday lunchtime session. My name's Lorna and I'm sitting in for Rob Sully today. So um, welcome, I'm happy to be here. And today's session, I'm going to be guiding 3 shorter practices, starting with a grounding meditation, grounding with the body and the breath. And following that, I'm going to do an awareness of sound meditation and then a choiceless awareness at the end. So, and they'll each be between 10 and 15 minutes and with a minute in between just to compose ourselves. So, yeah, enjoy. Okay, so let's begin the grounding practice. Let's just take a few moments to find a comfortable posture. So, however you would like to be seated, or you could be sitting in a cushion, or you could sit in a chair. Or you could be lying down or even standing if you feel like it, whatever's comfortable for you to be, as long as you're feeling supported, then that's good. So, and then when you're ready, just either gently closing your eyes or allowing the gaze to soften and just lowering your gaze if you prefer to keep your eyes open. And let's just begin this first grounding practice by just allowing the mind and the body to settle for a moment. Allowing the busyness of your week, your morning, just to start to ebb away as we relax into this practice. And let's begin by taking a few deeper breaths than you might normally take. So just 2 or 3 breaths, breathing deep into the abdomen. And as you exhale, just allowing the body to maybe sink a little deeper into wherever it is that you're resting. Maybe softening any tension that you're feeling from a busy morning. And then just allowing your breath to return to its natural rhythm, its normal ebb and flow. And I'm going to invite you to bring your awareness now to points of the body that are making contact with the surface beneath you. Just feeling that connection with the ground, through the chair or the mat, wherever you're resting. Maybe starting with the feet, noticing where the feet are making contact. And sensing into that contact, that connection. And allowing your awareness to scan up the legs, the back of the legs, into the calf muscles and the backs of the thighs if they're resting against the chair. Feeling the weight of the body. And scanning up into the sit bones, into the pelvis area. Again, noticing the weight resting here, feeling gravity just holding you in place. And sensing into the lower back. Noticing any connection with where you're resting. And scanning gently up the length of the spine. All the way up to the shoulders and just sensing into any connection the back is making with the back of the chair or the mat that you're lying on. And if you're seated without leaning against anything, just feeling the weight of the torso, sitting comfortably in your pelvis. And if any time your mind begins to wander off in thought, which is perfectly natural, just notice that it's happened and gently bring it back to the body, wherever we're resting on at that time. Over and over again if you have to. It's all part of the practice. There's no right or wrong. The mind will wander and we just gently bring it back. Allow it to rest on the body or the breath. And sensing into the backs of the shoulders now and feeling the weight of the arms hanging down from the shoulders. Noticing whereabouts the arms are resting, whether they're touching the body and resting against the body or sitting on the arms of the chair. Just noticing how it feels to pay attention to the weight of the arms. Excuse me. All the way down to the hands. Where are your hands resting right now? Are they touching each other or are they resting on your legs? And gently scanning back up to the shoulders. Noticing wherever your head is resting right now. Whether it's making contact with the headrest on a chair or on a cushion or just resting gently on your shoulders. And staying with the head, maybe taking a moment to scan down the length of the face and sensing into any sensation here. Noticing if there's any tension. And maybe you're able to welcome a little softness as we pay attention to these areas. Scanning down the length of the brow, into the eyebrows. And noticing the area around the eyes. Sensing into the eyes, maybe even if your eyes are closed, sensing into the eyesight and looking at the back of your eyelids, noticing any play of light and dark. Just allowing your awareness to be held by these moments. And again, if your mind has wandered, just gently bringing it back to the body. And scanning down the lengths of your cheeks. Maybe noticing a gentle movement of air through your nostrils as you breathe. And sensing into the mouth. Noticing where your tongue is sitting in the mouth. Is it stuck to the roof of your mouth or gently relaxed at the bottom? There's no wrong or right, we're just noticing what's here. And noticing the jaw and following the jawline around to the ears. And maybe taking a moment to sense into any sounds you can hear. And coming back to the body, just scanning down the front of the throat, and down to the chest area. And taking a moment here to notice the movement of the breath in the body. And the breath is wonderful to be used as an anchor for our attention whenever we need a moment to have some stillness, some space. Just noticing the movement of the breath in the body wherever you find it most prominently. So that might be deep down in the abdomen, in the belly, I'm not trying to change the rhythm, just noticing it as it is. You might notice it more prominently in the chest. Or maybe it's easier to hold your attention with where you're breathing, where the air is entering and leaving the body. So either through the nostrils or through the mouth. And noticing that change in temperature maybe as the air enters and leaves the body. And maybe taking a moment to follow the journey of the breath. The journey as it enters the body through the nose or the mouth. And follow it all the way down to the deepest point where you can feel it moving. And all the way back out again. And at any time, if you notice that your mind has wandered, just notice and with kindness bring it back to the body. There's no good or bad or wrong or right way to practice. And our minds will wander repeatedly. And just take a moment to sense into the whole of the body breathing. Maybe just having a sense of letting go of the shape of the body and just allowing the sensation of the breath to hold your attention as if nothing else were here. And in the last few moments of this grounding practice, just bringing the awareness back to the body, reintroducing the shape of the body and the weight of the body to your awareness. Noticing the shoulders and the back, the lower back, leaning against the chair or feeling the weight of the torso and sitting in the pelvis. Noticing the sit bones and sensing into the backs of the thighs and the calves, all the way down to wherever your feet are resting. And as we bring this grounding meditation to a close, just bring yourself back by introducing a little bit of movement into the fingers and toes. Maybe having a roll of the shoulders or whatever you need to do just to give yourself a moment to come back into the space. And whenever you feel ready, just gently opening your eyes. Lovely. So we'll just take a moment. I don't know if you'd like to have a sip of water or have a little stretch and move around before I begin the next practice. Okay, and I think if we're ready, we'll move into the next practice, which is going to be an awareness of sound, which is one of my favorites. It's a really lovely sense of hearing. It's really lovely to hold your attention, especially this time of year, if you can be outside with all the bird song. So let's begin once again, just sensing into your posture and finding a comfortable position that you would like to either sit in or lie in or stand in. You might like to change your posture or keep it the same as the previous practice. And I invite you once again to gently close the eyes, or if you prefer, just lowering your gaze, whichever's more comfortable for you. And as we did before, just taking a few moments to sense into the weight of the body wherever you're resting. So just sensing into the connection of your feet on the floor, and the backs of your legs against the chair, the backs of your thighs. Sensing into your sit bones, into your pelvis. Noticing any sensation in the body, the weight of the body, the temperature of the body. Holding your awareness here with everything that's happening in this moment. Sensing into the lower back, all the way up the spine, into the shoulders, and once again feeling the weight of the arms as they hang by your sides, wherever they're resting, whether they're touching the body or resting on the arms of a chair. All the way down to the hands, feeling the weight of the hands. Allowing that sensation to hold your attention for a moment. And always maintaining a sense of curiosity about your experience. This moment's never happened before. The body may feel slightly different to when we practiced just a minute ago. And scanning back up to the shoulders, up the back of the neck, noticing wherever the head is resting. And once again, noticing if there's any tension in the face, just allowing it to soften if you can. And then taking a few moments to sense into the movement of the breath as we rest here. Not changing, just noticing the natural rhythm, the in-breath, the out-breath. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. And as we sit here with our breath and our body, allowing everything to settle into this practice, I just invite you now to open your awareness to the sense of sound, to your hearing. And to begin, just opening your awareness just to the immediate vicinity, wherever you're resting. So noticing any sounds that are coming from either from your own body or from very close around you. You might be able to hear the sound of your own breathing. The more you investigate and listen deeply to what's any sounds coming from close by, you might sense into the movement of clothing as your body gently moves as you breathe. You might hear the sound as your body swallows. And every now and again, you can hear the sound of my voice as an anchor to bring your awareness back if your mind has wandered. Maybe every now and again, your tummy is rumbling. Any sounds that are coming from close by, just really investigating your sense of sound right now. And if there's no sound coming from your own body or close by, just allowing that to be your experience. I invite you now to expand your awareness to a little bit wider, to the room that you're in, or even the building that you're in. Sensing into any sounds that are going on around you. There might be a gentle hum of devices that are plugged in nearby. You may hear a television or radio or some music playing somewhere else in the building. Life happening right now. You might hear people talking. Or there might be absolute peace and quiet in the building that you're in. And just noticing that that's your experience. And expanding the awareness even further now to outside of the building that you're in. And sensing into any sounds that are going on outside that you might be able to hear through maybe an open window or an open door or anything, just seeing if there's anything you can hear going on outside. It might be the sound of the wind or birds singing. You might be able to hear traffic and people talking and going about their day. Or dogs barking. Just allowing all those sounds of life happening right now to hold your attention. And maybe noticing how the sounds come and go without us having to do anything at all. And if the mind wanders again, bringing it back to the sense of sound happening all around you. Maybe trying to let go of any expectation of what sound might come next, or let go of holding on to any sounds that happened a moment ago. If the mind wanders in thought, just gently bringing it back again. There's no judgment. And now I invite you to start to narrow your awareness of sound once again back to the building that you're in. Just noticing what's here, whether there's noise or silence, whether the sounds are the same or different as a moment ago. Even if there's no sound at all, just sensing into the silence, occasionally interrupted by my voice. And then narrowing the awareness once again back to any sounds that are happening in your close vicinity. So coming from your own body or somewhere close by. Noticing if you're able to hear the sound of your own breath. And as we listen to the sound of our breathing, just bringing our awareness back to the sensation of the breath, away from the sounds, allowing the movement of the breath to hold our attention once again. And following the journey of the breath as it enters and leaves the body. And in the last few moments of this sound practice, just noticing once again the weight of the body, the physical presence of the body, wherever you're resting. So feeling wherever your feet are making contact with the ground. And once again, just scanning in your own time through the body and sensing into all those points that are making contact with the surface beneath you, wherever you're resting. And once again, in your own time, in your own way, just allowing some gentle movement back into the body, stretching your fingers and toes, having a little move around of the body, a little stretch if you feel like it. And in your own time, just opening your eyes when you feel ready. And I just wanted to read, it's a little passage from Rick Hanson's book, Buddha's Brain, that I find really interesting and I sometimes share if I'm guiding the practice. And he says, only we humans worry about the future, regret the past, and blame ourselves for the present. We get frustrated when we can't have what we want and disappointed when what we like ends. We suffer, that we suffer. We get upset about being in pain, angry about dying, sad about waking up sad yet another day. This kind of suffering is constructed by the brain. It is made up, which is ironic, poignant, and supremely hopeful. For if the brain is the cause of suffering, it can also be its cure. I really like that passage, just really resonates with me about how the different ways we think and our suffering, and how we can try to lessen it by using mindfulness and noticing what's really here. Okay, lovely. I'm just going to have a little sip of water and then we will move into the final practice, which is going to be a choiceless awareness practice. We're going to be opening our awareness to whatever draws our attention in this moment. So just really having an open awareness of all the things we've experienced a little bit so far, just sensations in the body, the breath, even our thoughts, but obviously I'll be guiding throughout. But there might be some more silences than previous two. So once again, just sensing into your posture. If you'd like to change position, that's perfectly fine. If you just finding somewhere comfortable and supported. Just have a stretch before I start. And once again, just if you prefer to close your eyes, just gently closing your eyes, or just lowering your gaze if you prefer to do that. So just taking a moment, as we have before, to allow the body to settle into your position. You might be in a different position, just noticing if there are any differences to how you've been feeling previously. Any differences in the weight of the body wherever you're resting. Scanning through the feet and the heels. Scanning all the way up the legs into the sit bones. And if you're sitting, feeling the weight of the torso sitting into those sit bones. You're letting go, letting gravity hold you here. Allowing the shoulders to drop, feeling the weight of the shoulders and the weight of the arms. Once again, all the way down to the hands. Noticing the sensation and how they feel compared to earlier on in these practices. And sensing into where the head is resting. Feeling it resting against the cushion or the back of the chair. Or just resting on your shoulders, if that's your experience. And just momentarily sensing back into the movement of the breath. Noticing it entering and leaving the body through your nostrils or your mouth. Notice it traveling down the back of the throat, into your chest, into your abdomen, into your belly. And traveling all the way back out again. And I invite you now to begin to open your awareness, to have a wide sense of everything that's going on for you right now in this moment. And just feeling if there's something pulling your attention, some sensation maybe. Sensing into how the whole of your body is feeling and noticing if there's a tingling in one of your toes, or if you'd like to feel the weight of your legs and your body sitting. Maybe noticing if there are any areas of the body that are where you have an itch, or maybe the change in temperature, which parts of your body feel cold, and which parts of your body feel warm. Maybe noticing if there's any tension in the body that's calling your attention. Maybe in the forehead, maybe in the neck or the shoulders. I'm not even trying to change anything, just allowing it to be a sensation that holds your attention in these moments. Maybe also noticing if there's any softness, areas of softness that want to hold your attention. Softness in the belly. Softness of your hands. It might be that you can feel some areas of discomfort that are calling for your attention more than anything else. An ache or a pain. And again, just allowing, if you can, the sensation to hold your attention without trying to turn away from it or to change it. And just see what happens. It might be that it's the movement of the breath that's calling for your attention right now. Wherever you can feel it most prominently, whether that's deep in the abdomen or in the chest or through the nostrils. If you find that your mind is wandering in thought, just notice and just let the thoughts go, let them pass on by, like watching clouds in the sky or watching leaves pass by on a stream. Don't let them take hold, just come back to the body. It might be the sense of sound that's calling for your attention in these moments. Maybe something loud and repetitive, like traffic or roadworks, or maybe something soft and gentle like bird song. It might be that if you have racing thoughts that keep trying to come in, that maybe it's the thoughts that are vying for your attention. Just seeing if you can observe them without letting them take hold. What happens to a thought if you try to watch it? Where does it go? And if at any time you are finding it difficult to stay with the practice, just finding an anchor that you feel comfortable with. So the movement of the breath or sounds or wherever you feel most comfortable, just stay there. It might be that you're able to feel or notice a sense of your emotions in this moment as we open our awareness to whatever is here for us today. Just maybe seeing if you can notice what emotions it is you are feeling today. Again, without letting them take hold, just noticing happiness, sadness, feeling at peace, feeling joy, feeling irritable, feeling annoyed, feeling restless. They are all welcome. Just watch them and let them be. And the last couple of minutes of this practice in complete silence, just allowing your awareness to hold on to whatever is coming up for you in this moment. Whether it's a bodily sensation or the movement of the breath or the sounds outside. And every time your mind begins to wander, just bringing it back to that anchor that you've chosen right now. I'm just inviting you now to narrow your awareness back to the sensations in the body. Feeling the weight of the body against the surface that you're resting on. Noticing the back of the head, if you're resting against a headrest or a cushion, or feeling the weight of the head and shoulders. Scanning down the length of the spine into your lower back, into your sit bones. And gently scanning all the way down the backs of the legs, into the heels and the soles of the feet, and Really sensing into that contact your feet are making with the floor and the earth below. Feeling that connection, feeling rooted, grounded in this space. And once again, in your own time, in your own way, just bringing yourself out of the practice, however feels comfortable, a gentle stretch, a roll of the shoulders maybe. And whenever you're ready, just opening your eyes. And that's the end of today's practices. Thank you very much.